Welcome on board MSC Virtuosa. This huge Meraviglia-plus class cruise ship is owned and operated by MSC Cruises. I have cruised more times on this ship than any other in the MSC fleet, and today I want to take you on a full guided tour to hopefully help you plan your time on board so that you will have the best cruise yet. Some of the venues that I want to show you are the main atrium, the Swarovski-filled staircases, the dining rooms. I want to show you where to get some of the best views on the ship, also the main bars, and I want to show you the private and exclusive MSC Yacht Club. I'll also be showing you the top decks, the indoor thermal suite and spa, the theatre, you get it. I've got so much to show you, so sit back, relax, and join me on board MSC Virtuosa. Welcome to the main Galleria here on MSC Virtuosa. Before I begin the tour today, I did want to say that if you find this video useful and if you enjoy it, it would be amazing if you would consider clicking that subscribe button to come on so many more ships and so many more adventures with me in the future, and also help this video to grow by giving it a thumbs up down below. Anyway, on to our first venue. This is the Grand Theatre, which is at the very front of the ship and spans across deck number 5 and deck number 6. The main entrance is on deck number 6 and the tiered seating drops down, and there's another entrance at the bottom. On the left hand side of your screen now is the exclusive Yacht Club seating, so if you are a resident of the Yacht Club for your cruise, you'll have private seating reserved for you in the theatre. I do always say to people that although there are lots and lots of seats in here, make sure you get down early, because this theatre does fill and you need to make sure that you can get the best view possible. Moving out of the theatre, we now find ourselves in Galleria Virtuosa, which is the main promenade that takes us from the front of the ship all the way through to the middle of the ship, and this is the home of the largest LED dome screen at sea. Throughout the day and throughout the night, this screen will play a whole host of very impressive imagery. And this venue is also where you'll find the main ship parties each night of your cruise. In the Galleria, you will find a number of venues, the first one being the chocolate shop and cafe, which you will find just along from the main theatre. In here, you can come and admire some of the chocolate creations that you're seeing on the left-hand side through the glass, or you can come and make some purchases. My personal recommendation is to come in here and try the hot chocolate. It really is absolutely fantastic. Another venue that you will find directly opposite the chocolate shop is Aurea Tacos and Cantina. This is the onboard Mexican where you can get all you can eat for a set price. You can also book your MSC excursions in the Galleria, and the next venue to talk about is the Luxury Plaza. This is where you can come to buy high-end fashion and jewellery on board. We will show another jewellery store later in this video, but this is mostly where you would come for example, gents' watches. In here, you can also buy handbags, and here is a list of all the brands on offer. The next venue to look at is Indochine. This is the onboard Asian fusion restaurant, and I can do nothing but recommend this venue to you. I think that for a cruise ship this big, this venue is absolutely beautiful because it's a really, really nice size and it never ever feels busy at any point. The top tip that I would give you is if you would like to dine at Indochine, just make sure you book it as early in your cruise as possible. On the other side of this divider from Indochine is where you'll find one of the main bar venues on board, which means it's perfect to come in here and relax with a drink either before or after your dinner. You'll also find in here that you'll often have live music, so on your screen a second ago you'll have seen the piano, which was sitting over on the stage, which is now over to our right, and it's a brilliant venue in here because you can sit and look out over the main Galleria outside, but you do feel like you're in a much higher end, much more bespoke venue spending time in here. Directly next door is the MSC Foundation. The MSC Foundation was set up in order for MSC to positively impact the communities that they visit all around the world. In here you can learn a little bit about the work they're doing, or you can buy an MSC Foundation souvenir. Welcome to the main atrium here on board MSC Virtuosa, and this is where you will get your first glimpse of the now famous Swarovski-filled staircases from MSC. Rumour has it that each individual step on these staircases is worth around €40,000. I'll leave the maths to you, but all I can say right now is that is a huge amount of money spread across these 4 staircases in this atrium. The first venue that I want to show you here is the MSC Starship Club. This is MSC Virtuosa's only robotic bar. That's right, robotic bar. And this gentleman behind the booth here will spin around and make you whatever cocktail you choose to order. You can either order using one of the digital screens, which you can see approaching on your left-hand side, or you can speak to one of the waiters and then keep an eye on these screens while the drinks move their way forward in the queue. Directly opposite the robotic bar is where you're going to find the hub. This venue is where you can come to look at any photographs that are taken of you and your travel party while cruising on board the ship. All you have to do is tap your room key against the sensors here, or enter your room number and the relevant images will come up. You can also come in here if you're having any issues with the onboard Wi-Fi connection, and the team in here will be happy to help. Directly opposite is where you'll find the MSC shop. In here you can find a massive array of MSC branded souvenirs, whether that be Lego ship models, reed diffusers, clothes, mugs, pens, you name it, and you can probably buy it in here. Now, moving from the main atrium area towards the back of the ship, we're now going down this main corridor that takes us down towards the restaurants. Down here there are 3 restaurants. We are going to begin by looking at the first 2, which you've got Symphony on the left and Opera on the right. We'll then move down and look at Minuetto, which is all the way at the back of the ship just shortly. Now, both of these venues are a complete mirror image of each other, and that really caught me off guard. Let me first of all show you the Opera restaurant. We'll then go across the corridor and I'll show you the Symphony restaurant, and you can make your own mind up. Now, in here, MSC do execute a dining room concept pretty well. I do really enjoy dining in here. The furniture is all really comfortable. What I would say with MSC is that they operate multiple dining sittings of an evening, so just make sure that when you make your booking, you're comfortable with your dining time. If you're not, then you can usually speak to the maitre d' or whoever's in charge down at the dining rooms on the first night of your cruise, and they can usually help you to move for the remainder of your trip. The dining room that we've just looked around was the Opera restaurant, so let's now head directly across the hall into the Symphony restaurant to give you a feel for just how similar this side is. It's exactly the same, just a direct flip, meaning the same furniture is in here, the same menus are in here, sometimes you'll even find the same staff in here, so the experience is going to be absolutely identical, so don't worry if you're on the other side of the ship. Now, as we move towards the back of the ship, the next feature that we're going to find, I actually really like this. This feels like a huge mirrored, beautifully lit wine cellar, and as you walk your way around, there's a number of wine vending machines. This is a place which I think is so underutilised on Virtuosa, and I think that's due to the fact that the wine in here isn't covered in any drinks packages, so why would you pay for a drink from a vending machine when you could just go to the bar to get one for free? So unfortunately, it's not very well used at all. We're now all the way at the back of the ship, and this is the Minuetto restaurant. Now, in here, you will find this venue open if you are coming for a dining room breakfast on your cruise, or if you're assigned this dining room as part of your cruise. From my experience, the food in here was the same as the other 2 dining rooms. The main difference was that you would dine in here if you opted for a more flexible dining package at the point of booking. A lot of the time in here, you don't sign up for a set time. It's much more flexible from a show up when you're hungry point of view. Moving up one deck and remaining right at the back of the ship, let me now show you the Carousel Lounge, which is one of my favourite venues on board this ship. In here, you're going to find a show lounge that is designed as a theatre in the round, and it is a hugely immersive experience thanks to both the lighting displays, but also those huge LED screens that wrap all the way around one side of the theatre. The views in here are amazing at night, and usually the shows in here you'll pay a little bit extra for, but my advice is that they are so worth the money. Moving out of the Carousel Lounge, you will then find yourself in the Red Gem Casino. This venue is a pretty large cruise ship casino actually, and what I'd like to do in here is take you for a walk, because I meet quite a lot of people on ships who have maybe seen my YouTube channel before, and they do say one thing that would be really useful is, as a player, they'd like to see what sort of machines are on offer. So that's exactly what you can see here. So do feel free at any point to either pause the video or slow the video down if you'd like to see any of these machines. The design of this casino has a main sports bar in the middle of the room. On one side, which is the side that we've just walked down, you'll find mostly slot machines. And on the side that we're heading over to now, you'll find the cashier desk, which is where we are now. A couple more slot machines, but really not many. And most of the table games are then over here. On other MSC ships of the same or similar class, they then also have overspill casino machines out in the main atrium. But on MSC Virtuosa, this is the only place that you're going to find casino machines. So just remember, you've got the tables on the right hand side, the slot machines on the left, and the bar in the middle. As long as you remember that, you really can't go wrong. Leaving the casino behind, you are now going to find yourself back out in the main atrium. You're now on the top floor of that atrium, so you're on deck number 7, deck number 6 is where we were earlier, and deck number 5 is where you'll find guest services. The first venue to show you coming off of the atrium up on this level is the gallery or the jewellery boutique. At the point of my cruise, the jeweller which was supplying MSC was Effie, and if you haven't cruised before, then Effie is a brand that tends to furnish what I would term the majority of the cruise industry with jewellery. So if you are looking for something to take home to remember your cruise, this could be exactly where you want to go. Right next door is where you'll find the champagne bar, which is one of my favourite venues on board the ship. A lot of people don't realise, but you can get champagne by the glass included on the premium MSC drinks packages, and what better place to come and enjoy that glass of champagne than in an actual champagne bar. Right next door to the champagne bar is Il Campo, which is one of the restaurants. Now, at the point of my cruise, this restaurant wasn't actually serving as a venue, it was very much just sitting like this, waiting to be used in the future. I believe since I've last been on board, this venue is now open as a dining room, and I believe it's for Aurea experience guests to come and have dinner. So if you are booking Aurea, you may expect to dine in here. Let's now move on to talk about speciality dining. You'll find a number of these venues on deck number 7, looking down onto the main Galleria, which we were in earlier. The first venue is this one here. This is Butcher's Cut, which is the onboard steakhouse. And take it from me, if you're not usually one who enjoys speciality dining, please give this one a go. I have never had a bad experience at Butcher's Cut on any MSC ship. I find the quality to be so much better than what they offer in the main dining room, so please give that a go. Directly opposite Butcher's Cut, you're going to find Kyoto, Sushi and Teppanyaki. Now the venue is split into two different sections. The sushi section is outside and the teppanyaki is just through here, but I'll go in there and show you that in a little second. First of all, the way the sushi works, you've got your chairs all along the right hand side, or you can choose to sit at the sushi bar on the left and watch the food being prepared live. Coming through the door that we were at a second ago, you'll now find yourself in the teppanyaki restaurant. This operates pretty similar to teppanyaki on most other cruise lines. I do find the table to be quite large in comparison to what I've seen before, but they do have a number of chefs that work in here. I've never tried this experience, but it certainly looks really good quality. Now moving along towards the front of the ship, the next venue to show you is the TV studio and bar. In here is where you'll find karaoke on almost every single night of your cruise. So if you would like to come in here, take to that stage, get the words on the screen behind you and have the whole room singing along, then this is where you want to be. Again, personally, I have never ever tried to do that, but I do like to come in here, have a glass of wine and watch everyone doing karaoke themselves. All the way at the front of the ship now, we're now in the MSC Aurea Spa. The venue that we are currently walking around is the onboard thermal suite. In here, you'll find a number of pools and tubs, a number of saunas, a number of steam rooms, and a number of general relaxation areas. You'll also find this really cool shower feature coming up on the right hand side there now, where you can actually walk from one side to the other and the temperature or the mist will change as you walk through. It's so cool. If we go into the grotto on the left hand side here, you'll find that you've got some more steam room setups, and then I'll take you through and show you a relaxation area at the end which features some loungers and also a small tucked away pool. If you're interested in booking into the thermal suite, you can either do that by purchasing a one-off visit pass, or to be honest, I find it much better value to consider paying for an unlimited access pass, which allows you to come in here any time of day on your cruise, and it's all included in the one-off price. There's even a snow room in here. Look at this, I was so surprised to find this on a cruise ship. This pipe here is constantly creating ice, and the logic is you can come in here after relaxing in a sauna and use the ice and the cool temperature to help close off your pores. You can also come in for massages at the spa, or if you'd just like to get a lighter treatment done, you can head over to the barber shop to get your hair done if you're a gent, or you can go over to the beauty salon, you can get your hair done, you can get your nails done, you can get an array of other treatments over there, or you can just head in and check out the spa shop. After we leave this deck behind, the next deck that we will find a venue on is deck number 15. There are a number of decks full of passenger cabins in between these floors. If you'd like to check out some of those cabins, head over to my channel where I have got a number of room tours available from this ship. This is the tropical pool, which is the indoor-outdoor pool on board Virtuosa. What I mean by that is that this roof that you're seeing right at the top of the screen now can actually open and close. So if the ship is sailing in colder weather, the roof will remain closed, and if the ship is sailing in warmer weather, they can open that roof to allow you to use this pool for sunbathing. I do find this ship particularly good for cold weather cruising. I took Virtuosa to Norway once and really enjoyed the fact that they kept this pool indoors so that you always had the ability to go for a swim without being freezing when you got out of the water. On the top area of this pool, you'll also find various games, whether that be table football or table tennis. Moving directly outside, we now find ourselves at the Atmosphere pool. This is the main pool area on board MSC Virtuosa, and it is huge. Look at the length of this cruise ship pool. It's a little misleading because the section in the middle there does rise up, so you can't swim all the way from one side to the other. But when you compare the size of this pool to what you see on some other ships, I was really impressed with the scale that you're talking on here. Let me show you what this pool deck looks like when you cruise in some of these beautiful parts of the world. Here it is, going through Norway. Can you even think about a better view from a cruise ship? I'm trying and I'm really struggling. That was one of the best experiences I've ever had on a cruise. Anyway, back to the ship tour. Heading towards the back of the ship, let's now talk about the Marketplace Buffet, which is the onboard buffet restaurant. In here, you will find it available for breakfast, lunch, dinner, afternoon snacks, late night snacks, and lots of pizza. you will find this a double-sided buffet, so we are walking down one side at the moment, and on the other side of the ship is an absolute mirror image of this. Over on the left here is where you'll find coffee and tea. You can also get mugs there to walk around the ship, and over here you'll find water and juice with glasses and cups always available there. This is what the dining areas look like, so you can see, pretty simple, pretty functional. And my top tip, head to the back of the buffet where there's this wonderful outdoor terrace. It was never busy out there on my cruise. I really don't think people knew it was there. And look again at the views. If you are cruising Norway, honestly have the best time, because I just thought every time I opened my eyes it looked like a postcard. Now moving all the way to the very back of the ship, this is where you'll find the Horizon Pool and the Horizon Amphitheatre. Now, although this is called an amphitheatre, I never saw it used for anything other than sunbathing. The benefit of this space is that it's adult only, and the tiered seating means that it feels much more private than it actually is. The pool at the back here is very much just a dipping plunge pool, so don't count on getting your calories worked off in that water, because it is no way long enough for you to do any form of exercise. Coming back inside, let me show you the Virtual Games Arcade. This is where you can come and play an array of arcade machines. There are so many in here. You can charge your room account, or you can pre-purchase a fun pass, which allows you to get a little bit more value for money. The next few venues, which are right here, will come in quite quick succession. First up, you've got the F1 simulator. You've then got the interactive 4K XD cinema experience. And then here, you've got the Hologate Arena, which is virtual reality. And then at the edge of the ship here is where you'll find bowling. That's right, 10-pin bowling on a cruise ship. On my first couple of cruises on Virtuosa, I didn't try the bowling. I thought it would be a real gimmick, but I really enjoyed it. So if you are filling a day at sea here, get booked in for a couple of games of bowling. While we're in this part of the ship, let me come over here and show you the Sportplex. This is the onboard indoor sports court. In here you'll find indoor basketball, you'll find kids' discos and things take place in here. It's a really great space for workouts, and various other meetings will happen in here. If you come out these doors, you then find yourself on the outside decks and on the power walking track, which I'll take you around and show you the distances in a second. But I love a cruise ship walking / running track, just as a really good way to stay fit on board. Each lap here is 0.33 kilometers or 0.2 miles. So you can work out how many laps you have to do a similar workout to what you do at home. Sticking on the theme of exercise then, welcome to the gym. Similar to the casino, I've met people before who have seen my room tours or my ship tours, and they say, okay, I enjoyed it, but I'd like to be able to pause and see what equipment there is in a certain space. Now, yes, I've had that feedback before about the casino. I've also had that feedback about the gym. So rather than try and do anything arty in here, let me just take you for a walk around and show you what's on offer. There's a huge array of weightlifting equipment and also cardio equipment, and on every single one of my Virtuosa cruises, I have got into the gym no problem at all. It's never ever too busy. So if you want to stay fit while on board the ship, you're not going to have any problems at all. Next up, we are all the way up on deck number 18, and let me show you the Attic Club. This venue houses the teens club during the day, and at night it becomes the onboard nightclub. It can be so much fun up here. It's open really late because this venue isn't actually close to any passenger cabins, so you can get away with coming up here for your drinks well into the night. Further along that corridor, you will find the Sky Lounge. This venue is adults only, so no children are permitted in here at all. And this is an entertainment lounge that's got some beautiful views out across the main pool deck, which I'll show you here, and also down both sides of the ship. So if you are cruising somewhere particularly scenic, this is where you want to come to try and get a drink. Now, on the same deck spaces but towards the front of the ship is where you'll find the MSC Yacht Club. This is MSC's ship within a ship concept, and you'll find a number of different facilities in here, some of which I'd like to show you now. Up first on deck number 18, you're going to find the Yacht Club restaurant. Average cruisers cannot get into this venue, it's entirely locked down. So if you're not cruising in a Yacht Club cabin, aka a suite on board the ship, then you won't be able to dine in here or access any other Yacht Club areas. I was invited into this restaurant for dinner on my cruise, and I thought the food was absolutely excellent. Now, coming back to deck number 19 and coming back to the areas of the ship that everyone can access, this is the top 19 solarium. If you do choose a package which allows you access to here, then this sun deck is available for you all day, every day. I believe you have to book an Aurea package to get access to here, but always just check at the point of making your booking. Sticking on deck number 19 and heading back to the front of the ship, welcome back to the MSC Yacht Club. This is one of my favourite sun decks on board a cruise ship. I think there's so much variety out here, but that said, you are absolutely paying for that with the price tag attached to some of the Yacht Club rooms. At the front of the ship here, you will find some extra padded loungers. You will also find a small private Yacht Club pool. This operates more as a plunge pool, similar to that pool at the back of the ship that I showed you earlier in the video. Now, in addition to the loungers, if I turn the camera around here, you'll see that you've also got a number of tables and chairs that you can sit at as you head over towards the bar and grill, which we'll just flick over and show you now. This venue is where you can find drink service all day during your cruise, and you can also get some light bites and some snacks up here if you are cruising in a Yacht Club cabin. Another feature that's available on this sun deck are these really private cabanas. I've seen cabanas on a number of different cruise lines, and I quite like how MSC have done them because it makes it feel nice and exclusive without totally shutting you off, because you're already in the private part of the Yacht Club, so you shouldn't get too many prying eyes. Now, heading all the way to the back of the ship, this is the high ropes course, which you will find at the very top, at the very back. Take it from me, the views from this high ropes course are absolutely amazing, because when you're up here, you're looking down onto various parts of the water park, which I'll show you in a second, or you're looking all the way off the side or all the way out the back of the ship. Absolutely brilliant fun. Now, let me take you into the Savannah Aqua Park. This is the onboard water park, and you will see as we go around, there are so many slides and so many options if you enjoy a water park. I have never actually used the facilities in here because the majority of my time on board Virtuosa has been while cruising in colder weather. Now, some people would say, but you're on holiday, you're on vacation, therefore you should still be in the pool. However, that is a point that you and I are just going to have to disagree on, because sometimes it's just far too cold to be up using this water park, which is why I was able to get so much footage during the day, because some days when it is so cold in Norway, they actually don't open the water park. But if you are a little bit tougher skinned than me, get up onto that top deck and have a great time. And that's it, that is a full ship tour of MSC Virtuosa, which is one of the incredible ships owned and operated by MSC Cruises. If you have enjoyed this video and if you found it useful, then please think about clicking that subscribe button directly underneath the video. And while you're there, remember to give this video a thumbs up, because every interaction really does help this video to reach more people and therefore helps my channel to grow. Let me know in the comments what you think of Virtuosa. Would you cruise on here, or would you rather cruise on a different ship? I would love to hear from you. But wherever you are in the world right now, have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for checking out my channel, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. If you enjoyed this video today, did you know that you can become a member of my YouTube channel for an exclusive behind the scenes look at some of the ships that I'm travelling on? If you're over on Patreon, then I would love to see you over there. All you have to do to join me on that community is just search www.patreon.com/FRASER at Sea. Both my YouTube memberships and my Patreon site lead directly to me getting on more cruise ships, and both offer a completely behind the scenes look at what's going on.